Hi, Tim Leffel here. I'm the author of A Better Life for Half the Price, best-selling book on Amazon for living abroad, now in its second edition. And I live in Guanajuato, Mexico. I'm an expat, whatever you want to call it. I'm in central Mexico, and unlike in the USA where the middle part of the country is completely flat, the middle of Mexico is very mountainous. So you get a nice climate all year long. Most of the cities and towns in this region are somewhere between 5,000 and 7,000 feet above sea level. So we kind of have that eternal spring climate. So in this video about the cost of living in central Mexico, I'm kind of lumping it all together because prices are pretty similar across most of this region. The two outliers are Mexico City and San Miguel de Allende. You'll definitely pay more in Mexico City because it's a big metropolis, one of the biggest in the world. And it's, very dense in the center, and the places where people want to live tend to be kind of on the pricey side. Not New York pricey, but by Mexican standards, it's just more. San Miguel has 12,000, maybe 14,000 foreigners living there, which always drives up the prices. So you will pay more in San Miguel than you pay in these videos you'll see, but still not a fortune. If you look on Craigslist for Guanajuato State, most of the real estate listings you see are going to be for San Miguel de Allende, and you can see many apartments and houses for rent on there for less than $1,000 a month US, which is not bad to live in a city that was voted the best city in the world 2 years in a row in one of the major travel magazines. Just be advised when you look on Craigslist or even Facebook, sometimes people will put the prices in pesos, but it still has a dollar sign because Mexico uses that same symbol. So if you see something that's 20,000, it's not $20,000, it's probably 20,000 pesos, which is actually $1,000. So keep that in mind. So if you want to find a place to live, I would say the best way to do it is to get feet on the ground. And I've got a whole article about this on my cheapest destinations blog, which I will put in the description on YouTube. But just for setting up a place for a month or two, it's very easy to just find something in advance online through Airbnb, VRBO, through Facebook groups. Every city has at least one of those, sometimes multiple ones. Sometimes listings will go on Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, like I mentioned. There's plenty of places out there to find an open apartment for rent just by asking around. But you'll get a much better price if you look locally after arrival. So what a lot of people will do is rent a place for 2 weeks or a month, and then they have time to look around. It's kind of weird in Mexico. A lot of landlords are kind of cagey about how much the place is going to rent for. They'll just put a sign up that says "Se Renta," and you have to call and ask. Or there will be local listings. I live in Guanajuato. This is a little tabloid newspaper called The Chopper. It's mostly about history and the city and everything, but they have classified ads in the back. And you can go in there and find places for rent. Again, a lot of them don't have the price, but they are listed in here. And just for example, there's one in here for only $85 a month for a room for rent in a house, and that's pretty common here because it's a university town. So if you just want a place to crash, it's very easy to find a cheap place if you want to live like a student. But most of them that are real apartments for rent with their own kitchen and everything, not a shared bath, they're going to be in the range of $100 to $300 a month for a studio or something really basic. And then, for example, there's a house for rent here, $475 a month, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, furnished, including all utilities. And a 3-bedroom place here for $275 a month. It's a little further out, but it includes parking. Lots of 1-bedroom places for $150, $200 a month. So I don't want you to get the idea from these videos I've put up that everything's going to cost you at least $600 or $700 or more. It's just that so happened with the places I found available that were empty that I could go film right now. Usually those are going to be furnished, sometimes not, especially at the lower end. Sometimes we'll include utilities, sometimes not. But anyway, look for any kind of local rag that has classified ads. Otherwise, just walk the streets, ask around, look around, and you'll probably find something good for rent. So back to Central Mexico. So the prices are pretty similar. Most of the cities, like I said, except for those outliers, even Puebla is pretty reasonable, which is a big city. So if you go to Zacatecas, San Luis Potosi, Morelia, Pátzcuaro, Guanajuato, you're going to find pretty similar prices across those places. Even Guadalajara is not all that expensive, even though it's the second largest city in the country. Prices are fairly, consistent across those places, but your mileage will vary, of course. It depends on what's available, how big it is, what the furniture's like, whether utilities are included. All of those things can change the price. Obviously, where you're located in the city makes a big difference too. If it's a colonial city, being in the center is going to cost you more than being, a 10-minute walk away. And if you're on the outskirts, it's going to be even less. But even smack dab in the middle of the city, you can find some great deals in all of these places. In this video, we've got mostly Guanajuato just because I'm here and I was able to connect with people, but there's a bit here from Michoacan state and one video from Queretaro. And just a side note, I always look at real estate prices when I go to these places, and they're not real different from where I live. Guanajuato City's kind of in the middle of the road. So you could definitely find bargains in Queretaro for long-term rentals. You could find great bargains in Zacatecas because for some reason there's hardly any foreigners there. Just, keep that rule of thumb in mind. Morelia is going to be cheaper than San Miguel de Allende, even though it's a bigger city, just because there are not as many foreigners there. So let's go take a look at some apartments around and see how much they cost. This video is kind of long. It's probably close to 20 minutes because there's a lot in here. So, grab your favorite beverage and settle in for a little bit. Contact information will be in the description at the bottom. Links to everything you need.
Hi, I'm Lily.
And I'm Keith.
We have a home in West Central Mexico, up in the mountains. Nice weather most of the year, pretty much year round, a little cool sometimes. But we love the weather, we love the people. Our house is near the center of town. We pay 5,000 pesos a month, but we pay it in a lump sum of 60,000 a year. And it's a 4-bedroom, 1.5 bathroom house near the center of town.
Okay, this apartment is in the San Javier area near the Alhóndiga, pretty close to everything central in Guanajuato. It rents for the equivalent of $525, including all utilities. Everything except your gas, propane, which is a tank. So that's per month if you're staying short term. If you're staying 3 months or more, it's $475 per month. Pretty basic in terms of cooking. There's a small fridge, stovetop here, nice bathroom with a tiled shower. And this may seem a little small, but there's a great roof deck up top. This is part of a nice complex, so the landlord's on site in another house, so if you have any issues, just up the steps. So once again, we're right in the center, about 5 minutes from all the attractions downhill, so coming home you got to go uphill. But this cute little apartment is part of a house complex where the owners live in a large house and then they rent out this apartment. So they rent out this apartment part of the year for $650, including all utilities, and it's furnished. So all you got to do is bring your suitcase and move right in. Lots of cool little touches. Some natural light with a courtyard out here. And this nice colonial bathroom with beautiful tile, some nice artistic touches. And right around the corner is a surprise walk-in closet. As with most of the spaces here, this is not all. There's some outdoor space as well.
Hello, my name is Nayeli Rangel. I'm real estate agent from Casa Solaris. We are an agency, a family agency, and I'm going to show you a couple of properties today for rent. This is our first option. We are very close from Centro. This is the area of Callejón del Beso. Maybe if you search, you can see all of the love story. It's kind of Shakespeare, Mexican Shakespeare story. And this is a nice apartment for two bathrooms. The price is 700 US, about 14,000 pesos. Includes all the amenities, and you need to see the terrace. It's a margarita terrace.
You will.
Drinks on my
We'll take our wine up there too, huh?
One bedroom here, with a sitting area. Second bedroom here, to share or for guests.
hiding bathroom.
Look at this roof terrace with a panoramic view of Guanajuato.
Well, here we are. This is our second choice. And this is a very walkable property to Centro. It's very flat. You will be here in the main jardin, in probably 2 minutes. And this is a really nice property, apartment. You will share in this property the terrace, but also has a lot of natural light. And the price for this property is $700 US per month.
And does that include any utilities?
Yes, this includes all the utilities, and probably if we have a good deal, they can include for you the housekeepers once per week.
There's 2 bedrooms, 1.5 baths. There's a half bath right by the front door. Kitchen with some room to work. You can hang your laundry in here. Comes fully furnished, including a big TV. Second bedroom with another television. So this is the roof terrace, once again with a beautiful view of Guanajuato. You can see La Compañía Church, La Basilica, and this restaurant right across from us is Guajillo, which is a really good place to eat or have a drink. So you can do your laundry out here, or you can relax in the shade on the terrace and do some work because the Wi-Fi signal works.
Well, this place, it's a completely different property. It's also very close to Centro, but it's a full house. It's a new property and has parking place. That's very weird here in Centro, and also have car access. It's a beautiful property. It's completely new. They have a beautiful, fully furnished here, and the price is $1,500 US. Includes all the amenities, includes the private security, and also you have a private area. As you will see, the pool on the middle of the complex, and also has a beautiful view from here.
Has its own private terrace on the top with furniture here, a barbecue grill, sink for your bar, a nice view of the countryside and the cacti, and this is a shared swimming pool, this lapped pool, with another terrace area for everyone to share, and each of these units has its own parking space. A rarity here close to Centro. But wait, there's more. A second terrace on the other side with a bar here bar area where you can sit and have a drink and look out at the center of Guanajuato. That's the university there, accompany a church, but you got some greenery too. And there's a half bath here by the terrace, so you don't have to go downstairs.
So we was talking about the contracts. We have one in Spanish, one in English, and it's completely safe for everybody because we work with the lawyers, and it's a very simple contract. You need to pay the first month, and you need to pay a deposit of guarantee. It's the same price, and we will start with the lease.
Okay, I'm here with Marianne and Ricardo Machado in Queretaro. Not in my town, but I like this place a lot and I could live here. It's a similar kind of city, colonial city, big centro. It's nice to walk around, lots of outdoor cafes and all that kind of thing. So, when did you guys move here? 2019?
December 2019, yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to get out of the picture, but tell us a little bit about this place, how you found it, what you're spending, that kind of thing.
So we actually found the house we're renting. I think I had Googled something like expats in Queretaro, and I happened upon an interview with Ray Blakeney, who runs the school, the online language school Live Lingua. And I contacted him, and we made a connection, and we met, and it turned out that he was actually going to be renting his house. So it was pure coincidence, and it was a perfect fit because it's right in the centro. We can walk everywhere. We can walk to the grocery store. We can take long walks within the centro and then out into the neighborhoods. It's really a beautiful place to live, perfect climate. And we're very happy here. We've made a lot of friends too, which was something that surprised me. After 20-some years of living in Chicago, we didn't make as many friends as we've made here in Chicago. We spend $1,000 a month on our rent, and we have a house that's 2 bedrooms plus a den, 1.5 bath, 3 stories. Really magnificent outdoor terrace with pretty much 360-degree views of the surrounding hills. I think our utilities are maybe $40 a month. And what else?
Yeah, groceries. We do grocery shopping maybe about once every month or maybe every 6 weeks, and a full grocery, just pretty much the entire despensa is filled with groceries. It's maybe about $120, maybe just about.
Yeah, we probably spend more on groceries because of getting nice beers and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, we lived last year, 2020, during COVID. I think our total expenses were around $30,000.
That's terrific. And I'm going to talk behind the camera here and say that there's a good craft beer scene here and some nice wineries outside of town too, so it can be a little tempting.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're still discovering.
I did want to mention that, if you spend $1,000 in Puerto Vallarta or Playa del Carmen or somewhere else on the coast, you're not going to get a whole lot, but if you're in central Mexico, you'll get something quite nice for $1,000.
And the people here are just awesome. I'm also fluent in Spanish, but I just recommend, if you don't speak Spanish, learn some icebreakers. How are you, and nice to meet you, and try your best to learn as much as you can. It's just the way you can interact with the locals and be more of a part of the local culture, and it's just awesome.